Well, hello everyone. Good afternoon. Thanks for popping in and watching and saying hello. Alan, my opinion is 20 degrees on American knives, or I'm sorry, let me rephrase that. 20 degrees per side on Western knives and around 16 degrees on Japanese. That's my opinion anyway. German, yeah, German would be considered a Western knife, so around 20 degrees per side for your Wusthof and your Hinkels. That'll give it a good durable edge. If you had a really high quality, real German made Hinkel or Wusthof, you could probably take it to 18 degrees and still have a pretty durable edge to it. The problem is that all Wusthoffs and all Hinkels are not the same. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope you will hit that thumbs up button. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. We are Sharpen Right Services. We're located in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. So it's a nice little lady just brought in a bunch of knives. I didn't really feel like doing them this afternoon, but I need to get them done. Delirious, I assume you must be in the military, I guess. If you're living in Germany or working in Germany. These knives are in pretty bad shape. Look like they've never been sharpened. I don't see how they cut up much of anything with them. Trying not to heat up the blade here. We have some mountains further out west. But where I'm at, it's very flat. We're on the flat Gulf Coast. It is hot and humid here today. As you can hear, I've got all the fans on and the dust collection system. It's probably at least 90. That's a big Air Force base. I was there a few years ago for the air show. Well, I appreciate 202 people watching me sharpen this afternoon. I hope you will hit that thumbs up button, and I also hope you will subscribe to our channel. We do get a little bit of income off of our YouTube channel, and it helps us buy abrasives and supplies for the shop. Well, I probably wouldn't use whetstones. It just takes too much time. I would use my belt system probably. I don't know. I also have a Tormic. I might use the Tormic. Might use the Work Sharp. I mean, there's nothing wrong with stones. They do a great job. It just takes so long. I don't have time for that. I start with the 120 Cubitron, and these are all Trizac belts. I'm going to a this is a 1200 Trizac is what I finished with there. Actually, I finished with this felt belt. I like the felt. It'll get the burr off. But it sounds like you got a pretty good setup there that you can. There's nothing wrong with the 180, especially if I mean these knives could really, they need the 120. This is a very worn 120. I don't switch out my 120 belts as often as I do the other ones. The 120 Cubitron lasts a long time, and then you see I clean it also. The Cubitrons don't get as much material in them, but the Trizacks don't get as much material impacted in the belts as the Cubitrons do. Now, this knife is pretty chewed up. That's a good way to do it. I used to put the polishing compound on the felt belt, but it got so impacted on there that it got more of a polishing belt than anything else. So I've stopped putting the compound on the felt belt. And what I like to do with the felt, you'll see in a minute, I'm gonna fluff the fibers up on it. Hey Jim, did you get everything done? Yeah, I had just finished about noon. I finished all the dog grooming tools. And then this lady dropped off all these knives. I said, you know what, I'm gonna get it done today. I told her I wouldn't have them until tomorrow, but I don't wanna have to worry about it tomorrow morning. So I decided to go out here and get these knives done. About a dozen or so knives, I guess. So, Angelic Goon, this is what I like to do. So, Eric, hang on one second and I'll tell you. I like to fluff the fibers up on here, so I take a little brush and I get those fibers on that felt belt to come up, and they grab the burr a little better. And then I take a little piece of leather, whatever's left on it, I just take the rest of that burr off with a little piece of leather. And then I clean them all with alcohol before I'm giving them back to the client. Try it and see what you think about it. Let me go back to Eric here. Eric, you're asking about this machine. This is an AMK 75 company out of Tennessee, amktactical.com makes it. They make sharpening. They make equipment for knife makers, but this is the smallest one that they make. The D2 blade. You want to I assume you're going to sharpen it on stones. Just get you a couple of nice whetstones if you want to keep it sharp. Now this Santoku Chef knife, I'm going to do it at 18 degrees. It's all chipped up. There are chips on it. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. I hope y'all hit that thumbs up button, and I hope you subscribe to the channel. We are Sharpen Right Services, located in League City, Texas. We sharpen salon, barber, and pet grooming shears, clipper blades, sewing and industrial scissors, and just about any kind of knife. Yeah, this is their proprietary holder, and I like it too. I think I have shaky hands, so I used to be able to freehand a knife pretty well, and I like the holder. It's more steady for me. I think you can buy these holders. I have a couple of them. You can see what it looks like. It's got a little handle and everything on it. I think you can buy it from them. I'm not sure what the cost is. Go to amktactical.com. All right, nicks out of it now. Have a good one. Thanks for watching. No, I do not do swords. There's a company in Houston that I send anything like that to. Well, I hope y'all subscribe to the channel. Hope you hit that thumbs up button. Find us on Facebook, find us on Instagram, find us on TikTok. That helps out our business. Look at that. That's horrible. Can y'all see that? Can you see the chunks taken out of that knife? That's not going to work. All right, I'm going to have to go to another machine and repair that first a little bit. I want y'all to look at that. Can y'all see that? Oh my God. That's terrible. All right, I'll be right back. So I took it over to another belt grinder and cut a new bevel in it and got all the damage out of it. You see now it's clean, but now it's going to take a little bit to get it sharp. It's pitted real bad. So we don't want to heat up the blade. So we're going to take our time with it here. Well, I appreciate everybody watching out there. Tell me where you're watching from. We are in League City, Texas. League City's halfway between Houston and Galveston on the Texas Gulf Coast. It's rather warm here today. Alright, we've almost got a burr across the whole blade. We're almost there. Alright. So we've reprofiled the blade. Now we're just going to get it sharp and polished. It doesn't take much at this point. The Trizac belts do not heat up the blade as bad as the Cubitrons do. There we go, we got that one done. pretty beat up also. All right. Well, I hope everybody's having a great Sunday. If it's Sunday where you are, it's Sunday where I'm at. No, sorry, I don't do lawnmower blades. Check with Ace Hardware. Well, greetings to everyone who's watching. I appreciate you watching the channel. It does help our little business down here in Texas grow. I hope you'll hit that thumbs up button. I think it was somewhere around $700. I think they're charging like $1,000 now for it. You can look on amktactical.com and see what they're charging for. This is what's called an AMK 75, but I think they make an AMK 76 now. Check out amktactical.com. They're not cheap, but they're solid machines. No, I do not. I found the machine. I found the machine on YouTube. There was a guy had using the machine. He was a knife maker, and he was using this machine. And I just thought it was a great machine for what I wanted to do. I wanted a machine that used the 1x30 belts. I wanted a machine that had a platen on it, a solid platen. I also wanted to be able to have some kind of, I didn't want to do it freehand. I wanted some way to accurately get an edge angle. And if you notice, I can get a perfect edge angle. So I zero out to the platen, and then you put it on the clamp, and the clamp has got a brace. There's a brace right back here. If you go to the AMK website, you'll see what I'm talking about. And they've got a demonstration video on these machines, and so I can get the exact edge angle I want on the knife, which is what I like. Does that make sense to you, Eric? I didn't want to guess at the angles. You know, there's lots of different machines out there for sharpening knives. Lots of different ways of doing it. Oh, it's also variable speed also. And it's reversible. I do edge trailing, but I could easily do edge leading also if I wanted to. And it uses a Chinese sewing machine motor, and so I put a foot pedal on it. If you notice, here's the on and off switch right here. There's the toggle on and off switch. I don't use that. I've got a foot pedal like a sewing machine, so just with my foot I'm turning it on and off. So I just release my foot, and then the machine stops. and it's really easy to change the belts. I think the machine gives me a lot of flexibility in sharpening knives. Yeah, way quicker than the whetstone. I mean, I'm a knife sharpening business. I'm in the sharpening business. I have to be fast. Time is money here. But you know, I still use some whetstones from time to time. Some people will want a pocket knife on a whetstone, and I'll do it for them, but I charge a lot more for that. And straight razors, you got to use whetstones for straight razors. Okay, here's another damaged knife I'm going to have to go to the other machine with. You see that? Look at that big bad spot right there. Can y'all see that? All right, I'll be back. All right, so I took the little nick out of it. So I'm trying not to overheat this blade. I got it pretty hot right there. No, I think it's gone. Oh, no more nicks in the blade. There's a bad spot on it. Look at that. It's pitted. So they've left it in the dishwasher or something, and it's pitted. Nothing I can do about the pits. I appreciate everybody watching out there. We've got one more knife to do, and then I'm done for the day. I hope. $88 thumbs up so far. Can y'all get me to 100 thumbs up for this video, for this live stream? Hit that thumbs up button for me. Help my channel out. I got 2 knives left. I forgot about a pocket knife I had sitting over on the side. Well, I appreciate everybody watching, and I appreciate those thumbs up. Look at that, 99. I just need one more to get over 100. I don't think these knives have ever been sharpened. Oh, awesome, look at 100, got 100. These are pretty old knives, and they were pretty dull. So the lady should be really happy she has really nice sharp knives now. Oh, I mean, I've always sharpened my whole life. So, you know, I was a Boy Scout, outdoors person, hunter and fisherman. So I've always knew how to sharpen. It's getting the right equipment and learning the equipment that's important. And there's lots of different power sharpeners out there, and it's not that hard. You can learn it pretty quickly. All right, so we got a pocket knife now. I have it in the ultrasonic cleaner soaking. Let me go get it. And we're going to do that next. But it was really dirty, so I had to go soak it. So the last knife we have is a Kershaw, and it's got the Tanto blade on it, so it's going to be fun to sharpen. But it was really dirty, so I put it in my ultrasonic cleaner, get some of the dirt off of it, and I'll clean it up a little bit more. I'm going to put an 18-degree bevel on it. That's what Kershaws are from the factory, 18 degrees. All right, I got a burr on it now. If you look at my other videos, I have lots of videos on my channel sharpening different types of scissors. You're exactly right. So you have to take your time. So there's no heat on this blade whatsoever. I am going to use a leather strop on this one. You're ahead of the game here, but I am going to use a leather strop on this one. I don't strop the kitchen knives, but I do the pocket knives. And I'm also going to use a little tool on this. I've got another little machine over here to touch up the serrations. So here's the leather strop. All right, folks, well, thanks for watching. This is the last knife of this batch. All right, so we got this one sharp. I appreciate y'all watching. Jack, you can check out my other videos on my channel. I've got some videos where I tell exactly what I use and all the equipment. So, all right, I'm gonna go touch up the serrated edge on this and we're done. Hey, Jim, have a good one. Thanks for watching again, Jim. Have a great Sunday. Hope everybody has a blessed week ahead. Cheers from Texas.